Hey everybody, welcome to Trading Capital. It is April 27 here, Wednesday, April 27, as we head into the midweek into the markets. Wild earning sessions here. I think the big winner of the day is Facebook. The big loser of the day is Teladoc, TDOC. And it just amazes me that Cathie Wood goes from the best investor in 2021 to now the worst investor in 2022. Simply in the matter of about 10 minutes, TDOC fell 36%. Cathie Wood has a position of $1 billion in Teladoc, and that means she's lost in about 10 minutes $360 million. The question is, does she average down now, dollar cost average, and buy more TDOC, or does she cut it loose like Bill Ackman cut Netflix? That's going to be the big question. It really is going to be the big question. But they had a horrible earnings report, and time will tell whether or not what she does. But jumping into the NASDAQ is getting a little boost here in the after hours. This is the 8-hour chart because the daily chart doesn't show the wick. So we're just going to do the 8-hour chart here. But you can see that the NASDAQ was already hitting support. You're at this 382 fib level here, and you're getting somewhat of a bounce. I think the markets are into a little bit of an oversold category, and you could get a potential bounce, probably to say, let me just adjust my tools here. I think it's likely that we could get a bounce to say over here before making the next down leg. So I'm seeing something along those horizons. Now, this down leg could start a whole lot faster depending on how Amazon report. But nonetheless, let's jump right into Facebook here. Facebook, beautiful addition today at 177-ish. And then that brought our average into 187, put us deep in the money with this huge pop in Facebook. We took our profits right at the 207.84 mark, netted a beautiful over 10.5% gain. So congratulations TC members. It's always beautiful to accumulate these beaten down names, especially when you do a final ad and then you're rewarded. I love when big cap tech sell off into earnings like Facebook was, like PayPal was. It's really lessens the expectations of them doing well. So even if they don't report well, which Facebook didn't report that well, I mean, they did beat on the earnings, but they missed on the revenue. So it wasn't that big of a report for them, but nonetheless, because I think they were so beaten down and that they didn't completely miss their earnings like they did over here, last quarter, I think it really set the expectation that, oh my goodness, this stock is oversold, and now you see the people rushing in. And this is why it's beautiful to start accumulating these beaten down names before this big pop happens. So Facebook is the clear winner. That should give some reprieve to the markets tomorrow. You can see that the spiders is slightly up in the post hours, closed at 417 up to 420.5. Again, the markets are still very fragile and weak. We do have a couple of the big names reporting, but I can definitely see the spiders potentially rallying to say this level over here, and then before falling down, starting the next down leg. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Again, we were hitting the support level down here, all these closes and wicks, so there should be some. But now the question is this going to be bearish consolidation? Is this going to do what we call a bear flag in the TA business? You know, something like this, where it flags sideways. We'll have to monitor it day by day and just see what the charts provide us for any signals. But let's jump into Facebook again. The reason why we sold on Facebook is if we flip to the daily basis, you're hitting the 50-day moving average. So naturally that's going to be a tremendous resistance zone, especially since it was happened in one straight shot. And if you notice here, this is the 50-day moving average, this purple line, where it was basically keeping you in check. So I think having an up 10.66% on the trade, or slightly a little more, and it hitting resistance in one shot is a no-brainer to sell. And full disclosure, I am starting to acquire a small short on Facebook. It'll be a day trade for tomorrow, because I think we could see a little bit of a pop on Facebook, but it is extended nonetheless. I see it pulling back to 200. That's where I'm going to cover my short, basically around that level, but nonetheless, 20% in one day Give a round of applause for Facebook. Anyone that added to their position today, awesome job. It just put us in the money that much more.